class. I'm Candace Cooper. I am your English 1301 professor this semester. I'm so happy to meet with you and have this opportunity to show you a little bit about the course and also show you around the Canvas course shell so that you understand how to access everything in the class and here on Canvas. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you, and so you'll be able to see a mock-up of what your class should look like. So up here in the top left-hand corner where my mouse is highlighting, this is your course, and this is called your section number, okay? So if you would, whenever you send me a direct email at ctcooper.edu, if you decide you wanna contact me that way, you wanna make sure that you have this identifying information in the subject line of your email, all right? The easiest way to email me is to go right down here to this section that says inbox. You can send me an email directly from there, and that's actually my preferred method of communication. And the reason is because it offers this identifying information from the very beginning. So you want to do that. Another thing you want to be aware of is the calendar feature. When you look at the calendar feature, it's going to have all of the information from your classes, right? So here you see that there is every single thing that we are doing over the course of the summer, right? And so you have a quick go-to so that you can get a sense of what's coming up next week, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So if you notice, you have pages here with the little page icon. You also have assignments. The quizzes and assignments have the little airplane icon that you see here. And then you have calendar features. If it's just something that's on your calendar, then it'll show a calendar feature there. This is very rare. Most of the time, you won't have something that's just a calendar feature. This one happens to be affiliated with our webinar that we will have on the preliminary bibliography, all right? And so here you have a discussion question, right? So you'll see that it has the little message icons here. So again, you want to get familiar with your calendar. Each one of these symbols and tools are relevant to something that's going on for your daily task, all right? So the cool thing about it is that each of these different pages are inside of your course module. I'm going to go back out. So today you have a to-do list over here. And in the to-do list, you then also have information that you are to read for today. All right, so it starts with a little welcome note from me. Hi, here's some identifying information. If I were on campus, I'd be in B232. And here is information about how to access the course, information about learning Canvas if you feel uncomfortable with Canvas and not really sure about what to do and how to get to your lessons. And so all of that information is here. Here's a welcome note for me, and it goes into quite a bit of information. Notice that it is a part of your to-do list, and it is scheduled today for 8:15 a.m. It doesn't mean that you have to do it at 8:15 a.m. It just lets you know that it's scheduled for that time. You can actually do this whenever you want. Notice that everything is set up by module. So here, this is our Ruby Tree Learning Lab module. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. And then we have a preliminary bibliography, an annotated bibliography, research proposal, short answer responses, and analytical and argument essay. So this offers essentially a snapshot of what all is in the course. And so you can click on these links and they will take you directly to the modules so that you can see exactly what's in them. Once you get into the modules, you'll see that everything is set up according to dates. So you can just follow along. You don't have really to access this calendar if you just go into the module and just go straight down. This happens to be our Ruby Tree Learning module, and these lessons and labs are actually built into your assignment modules, which start here. So this week, we're in module number 1, and we're also going to be in module number 2. So module number 1, there's an introduction to your Write for a Cause project. That's our course theme. So it gives you a note, and then it tells you what you are to do next. And so if you click the next button, it'll take you to the next thing you are to do. All right. So notice that there's a little bit of reading involved, and my expectation is that you will read this information and that you will ask questions if you're not familiar with the information or you don't quite understand it. My assumption is that if it's written, then it's pretty straightforward and easy for you to understand. But that's my assumption. You have to let me know if you are not clear about something, all right? On this page, you'll notice that there is a research project, and it talks about the 3 stages of it, which is a preliminary bibliography, annotated bibliography, and research proposal essay. We will do a My Plan assessment this week, and so here are the instructions to do it. You'll click on the My Plan assessment, and then once you click on it, you'll find that you have different areas that the My Plan assessment will evaluate. And so you will go to account. You will go to new users, create a free account, and you'll come up with a username. I recommend that you use your Collin College email address because it's going to be a unique name. And then use your Collin College email address. So use the same thing here and here. And then your password, I would use the same one that you use for Cougar Web and to access Collin College. And if not, if it won't meet the criteria for this particular website, then of course come up with one that you will remember. You want to offer your first and last name, your gender, date of birth, your zip code, and you'll click student unless you are in a career, and then you'll figure out the CAPTCHA information and then go from there. So once you get in, you want to do the assessment for each of these areas: the career personality test, the interest test, the skills profiler, and the career values assessment. Okay, notice that this costs $19.95. However, you will not have to spend $19.95. You'll be operating on a school license. That school license is here in the My Plan assessment page, and it's right down here. So you'll grab this, you'll copy it, and you will go back in here. And when it asks you to pay, you will put this information in. And I can't go through the whole thing with you, but I just wanted to let you know where it'll go. But once you create your account and you sign up for it, you'll just copy and paste this code in, and then everything will be free to you. So you want to do all of this today so that you can go ahead and get everything set up for the next order of business, and that is your Write for a Cause topic. Okay, so you'll take the information from your My Plan assessment, you will create a list of potential topics, and then you will go through the process of thinking about what you want your Write for a Cause topic to be on. And so hopefully you'll be able to glean something from your results that will help you to narrow exactly what topic you want to write about. Okay, and so there's a video here where I go through a brainstorming process with one of my previous classes a few semesters ago. And so you can kind of think about how to use keywords and how to develop the beginning of a research project based upon brainstorming. You'll also take the information from the My Plan assessment, and you will do your first assignment, which is a discussion question entitled Introduce Yourself. And from there, you will use the results from the My Plan personality assessment, and you'll discuss two things that surprised you. And you will also let your classmates know, other details about you that you find interesting, like if you have children or dogs, or if you're from another state, another country, that type of thing. So your initial post must be 100 to 300 words, and you want to offer detailed responses to your classmates' posts. All right. So for instance, in mine, I'd say I'm Candace Cooper, and I am originally from Dallas, and I have three kiddos. And I wouldn't call them kiddos because it's a formal class. I have three children, and they are 20, 18, and now 9. So I would put that information in there, and I may say that I went to the University of Houston and Texas Southern University, and I'm finishing my doctoral work at Southern Methodist University. I'm at the dissertation stage. So that would be the type of information I would include. So you want to include information like that as well. Maybe you want to tell us where you went to high school or something like that. All right. Okay, so that's an example of how you go through a module. You go through each page and you read all of the information, and then you take notes, and then you complete the assignment that is there at the end. I'm going to go ahead and move into the RTO Lab, because that's your next order of business after you complete your first discussion question. And so the RTO Lab is a lab that houses not only the lab that's required for this course, but it also houses your textbook. So that's part of it. So the first part of the lab is based upon a series of lectures that I did for an organization called Are You Ready for College? And it's something that is a part of different people's nonprofits. They take this program and they put it into whatever it is that they're doing for their school, or whatever it is they're doing for their athletes. I work with a lot of student athletes doing coaching. I work with a lot of organizations that help student athletes. And so you'll find that when you look at Are You Ready for College, you'll see that it's kind of sporty in its point of view, but it's something that I asked if Ruby Tree would adopt, particularly for the labs where the books Mythology and Belief and also the Readers and Writers book. So where those books are housed, I wanted Are You Ready for College to be a part of that, because reading is a key component to success in composition courses. And so this is why Are You Ready for College is a part of it, okay? So if you notice, you can, of course, go through the module and get to all of the assignments, including the labs. All right, so here's a page that could take you there. You would click on this link right here, and it will take you to rubytree.teachable.com, and then you will get this one. This is your book for your class, Mythology and Belief, a Humanities Reader. And you'll see it says that it's for the lab for your class. So you click on it, and then once you click on it, the easiest way to do it is just buy lab now, and it'll take you to a page where you can start the process of ordering the lab. And so when you do that, you'll pay for it, and then you'll have full access to it. Right? So that is the way that you can get your lab for Ruby Tree Learning. Let's go back into your class. I'm going to go back to the home page just so you can kind of see a couple of things. We're just about done here. Okay, so a couple of things. Your Ruby Tree Learning Lab is here. There's an introduction to it, And then all of the labs can be accessed in this one module, okay? Or you can access the Ruby Tree Learning Lab in the individual modules. So it's two places. And here are the steps that I just followed to go ahead and get the lab. And in there, you'll find your textbook. And we'll be using that textbook at different points in the semester. So you definitely want to get it, okay? So like here's the screen we just saw previously, you see? And so it goes on, so forth and so on. All right. Okay. I'm not going to belabor any points. Let's go back into the module. Okay, so if you notice, I keep clicking the home key to get back and forth out of the modules and into new things, okay? So one of the things you want is to know that your Learning Lab module is here. You have 10 labs that you'll complete. Another thing that you'll want is to complete the very first module that I walked you through today. You want to go ahead and get through that. And then we'll go into our second module next, and it is going to start our preliminary research. There is a webinar for the preliminary research assignment, and so we'll cover more about preliminary research on that webinar, so you'll just need to click on it, and then you will get started learning more about the information in this module. Our next module, module number 3, is the annotated bibliography module, and it will build upon the information from the preliminary bibliography module. Keep in mind, not to belabor the point, but your RTO labs are built into the module. So you see one here, see one there. So before you go into the next module, you'll want to complete these because, again, the information builds on top of each other. So theoretically, you could do all the labs at one time and it's completely okay. But if you walk it through the way that it's built into the module, you'll find that the skills that you have in the RTO lab also link to the skills that you're learning in the individual modules, give or take a few skills. So you'll have a webinar that you can access for module number 3. And again, it'll walk you through the information that is in the module. You'll have a major assignment at the end of it, just as you do in a preliminary bibliography module. And these major assignments can be done after you've reviewed all of the information in the module. I strongly recommend that you pay attention to each page and you try to walk through the process of each page, even though the information may seem a little cumbersome before you complete the assignment. The reason is because each assignment has a rubric attached to it for the most part, and these rubrics are based upon the information that's inside of the module. Right? So you want to make sure that you are using the information in the module each time before doing the major assignment. Module number 4, you'll find that we have the research proposal essay. Again, we are walking through several pages of information before you get to the major assignment, and then the same for module number 5. Module number 5 has all readings from your Mythology and Belief textbook, so you will need to definitely access that in order for you to do this assignment. So you want to start your lab early so that you can have full access to all of the readings. And then our final module, which is kind of a major module, if you will, is module number 6. This is when we'll write our stronger essays, which is our analytical and persuasive essay. Our analytical essay is our major assignment. It is lengthy, it's just informative, it's not persuasive, so it's a little bit more difficult to write. It's very much so a college level essay, and it's the type of thing that you would write in pretty much all of your classes. It's almost like a short research paper, but it doesn't have as much, it doesn't have to be chock full of research in the way that a general research paper would be. It's still pretty short for a research paper, but it's kind of research paper-ish because you have to use research in order to support everything that you're saying. And then argument essay where you finally get a chance to fight and write for your cause is the final exam essay, and it's down here at the end of the module, okay? And notice that you also will reach the end of your Ruby Tree Learning Lab, and you will turn it in right here, and your lab is 20 points on your final grade. Keep in mind that lab is a completion grade, so you just need to get to the end of it. At the end, you will have a certificate that will print or that will post for you, and then you will submit the certificate here for this assignment. We'll click Submit Assignment, and then after you do that, you'll be done with the Ruby Tree Learning Lab, and I will assign you 20 points. Very simple.